Hi everyone, welcome to the Majlis. My name is Yasmin Khoyatar, and with me today I have Sultan Moraished. Sultan, thank you so much for being here.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Sultan is the group head of technology and corporate excellence at Red Sea Global, which is the developer behind Red Sea and Amala, which are two large tourism developments along the northwest coast of Saudi Arabia. And there's a lot to talk about with regards to Sultan's role in Red Sea. But before we get too much into that, Sultan, I wanted to ask you how Red Sea fits into the larger context of Saudi and Vision 2030.
I like this question. Red Sea does not only fit in the larger vision. Red Sea is a core in the Vision 2030, and I would like to highlight that all the Red Sea outcomes and deliverables. We are developing a city between Umluj and Al-Waj, the scale of Belgium, and we are developing as well an ultra luxurious location at Amala. As much as we are, or all the deliverables of these projects that we are developing are directly connected to the Saudi vision, directly
Mhm.
connected to the outcomes of the objectives and the pillars. The pillars of the Vision 2030. And as much as I talk about Red Sea and Amala, as much as I am trying to tell you how good are they and what are they adding to the ecosystem, I will never give it as much as our marketing department. So I encourage everyone who listens to this podcast to go and check our website, check the social media accounts to see exactly the deliverables and the hotels that we opened. We opened 3 hotels in Red Sea project. We are about to open 2, inshallah, before end of this year. And also, if anyone is having the opportunity, we would love to have them visiting the site.
Inshallah. And like you mentioned, there's so much happening at Red Sea. And, we use the term Giga project to describe this kind of, ambitious accomplishment. What exactly is a Giga project? How does it differ from the running of a typical company or a municipal government?
Giga project is a project that's actually covering a size of a city. So when we speak about a giga project, we do not speak about a company. We do not speak about a corporate that serves a certain sector. We are speaking a city scale project. Everything should be developed from the beginning, developing the infrastructure, developing the assets, building the
Mm.
buildings, and making sure that the ecosystem works the way that the outcome of this project is driving them. And this is what I mean by a giga project. It's not a normal organization. It's not a normal ecosystem. You are gonna be dealing with every stakeholder that you have within the country. You should have the support of the base economy in delivering your objectives, and at the same time, building a sustainable destination or a project that will last for ages in the future. And also we learn from the mistakes, if there are any mistakes that has been done in the past in these projects that we are building.
And of course, when we're talking about the city level, we're building a lot of things from scratch, but there's also an existing population and an existing, life there, right? So how do you tie the developments of Red Sea with the existing group?
Based on the experience that we had, we wouldn't have achieved any of the success that we did without their support.
Mm.
Honestly, the communities that are resonating around the projects that we are building are all supportive. They're supportive by nature. Umlaj and Waj people, they are amazing. They will always offer assistance. They will always contribute to the project. They will make our life easy when we are trying to get these projects done. And that's what I love about these communities, the hospitality in their DNA,
Mhm.
and we are extremely proud of the outcomes that we are doing with their help and support.
So, what type of work are you doing with these communities exactly? So, in terms of, education, partnership with the local communities.
Everything in education. The Ritzy Global did a lot of partnership with Prince Migrant University and other vocational trainings
Mhm.
to make sure that those people are well educated so they can work directly in the project. And we have actually
Mm.
the first batch are working within our hotels that we launched this year. It's it's so amazing to see people that used to study with you
Mhm.
for 4 years, and now they're working within the destination that you are building, because it's going to be theirs in the future, and they are living the dream with us, and we are really proud to see them uh, interfacing our future guests. With regard to partnership, we are always in partnerships with the locals. We try to get whatever we can from them, because in the end we are not bringing something uh, that doesn't work with the local ecosystem.
Mhm.
The hotels that we are building, the assets that we are building, are going to be sustainable if we are in collaboration with the local communities. Are going to be sustainable if we are getting the support of the local communities, and we have the right partnerships between both of them. One of the funny examples that we have, not funny actually, this is an example that happens everywhere, which is the mango season in
Mhm.
Umluj. Whenever it comes, you will taste the best mangoes ever in the country, and it's all from the communities. They are the one who's bringing those mangoes to us, and we believe that this is not the end of it. It's just the beginning. Everything gonna come or gonna be sustainable when we have this partnership with them. While and we are actually expanding and having all our collaborations with the communities.
That's so important to work with the community and build together instead of,
Definitely.
sort of building on top of them and just imposing things. And that, I think, speaks to the broader question of the work culture in Saudi and how that's been shifting. And I know, as head of corporate excellence, you're very passionate about sort of shifting our mindsets from what the old Saudi work culture was like to something newer and more ambitious. So could you tell us a bit more about that?
Uh, the corporate excellence, it's actually, we have established that department based on a concept that we have. And I will give it, to be honest with you, to our CEO and our group chief administration officer. They always use the term, or our group chief administration officer use always the term ihsan. احسن في عملك. So whenever you want to do something, do it for the people, but do not expect a return.
Mhm.
And because of that idea, we started building the corporate excellence. The role of the corporate excellence is that you go to a department. No one will tell you that I am in need. No one will tell you that I have problems. But sometimes the problems are obvious. So you go to that department, you help the department, you make sure that you enhance their process from an external view. If there are any humane side that you should do within the department, you should help on it, you should facilitate. At the end, you leave.
Mhm.
You do not be in the picture. So you go to help the people, make sure that the process is being implemented appropriately, make sure that the objective of that vision is actually adapting to the company objectives, and then leave. You do not need to be in the picture when they celebrate, because it's their celebration, it's their work. You are just a tool that's being given to them to succeed. And that's the element of ihsan that I'm talking about. What we are trying to do, or what we are trying to build within the corporate excellence, and also with the technology, that when you do something, do not expect a return.
Mhm.
Do not expect people coming saying that this guy is a superhero, he helped us, I couldn't have done this without him. I don't like that, because in the end, sometimes those people will pray for you. بيدعون. A simple pray will make your life better, and it is going to uh, there is an ROI that's coming out of it, and that's what I do with life. There is an ROI of everything. I used to be a banker, so ROI is in my
Mhm.
DNA. And sometimes there are positive ROIs and there are negative ROIs. Always try to have the positive ROIs by helping people, by enabling them, by fixing their processes. And imagine if you have the technology within your ecosystem, you will be digitizing that, and you will be making sure that they have the right system to apply whatever you are doing as an enhancement. And that's the beauty of the corporate excellence. Once you do that, once you enhance this culture, you are going to have a culture that's healthy, culture that's supporting each other, and culture that sees sometimes a problem happens, they will never escalate. They will
Mhm.
go and fix, and they will actually have make sure that this problem is fixed, this problem is resolved. And instead of you highlighting a problem, you are going to highlight a success, and you are going to celebrate a glory, rather than being sad about a bad thing happens out of the problem that was there.
I think that's beautiful, and it's, I mean, typically the logic of ihsan, which roughly in English translates to goodwill, is not something you would see in corporate settings, right? But when you have a giga project and your goals are more ambitious than purely profit, that's when you can see people really foster growth with each other.
I agree with you 100%. And I will give it to the Giga project. I used to be a banker. And the element of Hassan was not there with us when we used to be a bankers, because we have to follow rules, we have to follow regulations, and the banking ecosystem is strict. But when you work in the Giga project, you are dealing with all types of people. If you do not have the humane part, you will never be able to succeed. Never be able to succeed. And by the way, the humane part is not enough.
Mm.
You have to have the technicalities as well. So when you are good technical, and when I speak about technical, I don't mean technology, I mean about good in your work.
Yeah.
And you are nice, you will have the perfect ingredients to a successful department and to a successful organization. And we can see that in the Giga project, and I can see that in my organization as well. Everyone is humble.
Mhm.
Our CEO is humble. Our chiefs are humble. The group heads are humble. No one actually lives in another in another planet, and you feel the others in other departments. We are blended with each other. We talk with each other, and you can see that in our social media posts, and with the people that are posting about the management that we have within the organization. So it's a culture, and the Giga project has given us that opportunity to become humane and to apply the goodwill part to our employees, to our communities, and to ourselves as well.
Incredible. And of course, the other part of what you do is as group head of technology, right? And I think sometimes people have this outdated image of the IT department sort of only showing up when your printer is like broken or something. And what you're doing is obviously on an incredibly massive scale, and it's more important work than perhaps what a lot of the rest of us are doing. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that.
Thank you so much, because we will be the people that goes when to fix your problem when there is a, a problem, but that's not the only thing that we do. Um, the technology department are people that are trying to digitize and to make sure that your processes are being translated into a system. The business usually do not see these people. The business usually sees the outcome of the work that the technology is doing, but it goes through several phases. And I'm not here speaking about them, because if you are a technology person, you know what I'm talking about. But let's speak about a very important element on this. Um, a typical Anyone can do technology if he's a technologist.
Mhm.
Anyone, and there is no difference. What is the difference that you make when you become a CTO or a group of technology? The difference that you make when you make sure that all the deliverables that you have within the technology department are aligned to the organization objectives, and you make sure that whatever is being introduced is introduced to the business the way that they want
Mhm.
and the way that they are expecting, and you make sure that you are always an enabler. And the word enabler is easy to be said, but applying it is quite difficult and complicated, because you cannot be an enabler if the business doesn't trust you. You cannot be an enabler if the business does not see the value of the technologies that you are doing. So it's a relation that you should build with your peers,
Mhm.
you should build with your management, and you should build with your employees and the organization people as well. The minute that you build that relation and you become the enabler to the organization, you're going to be a successful group head of technology and a successful CTO. So people will start coming to you, and instead of coming to you to fix a printer, they will start coming to you with problems. I am facing this challenge. Can you help me in fixing it?
Mhm.
I am facing this problem with the system. Can you help me in doing it? I have seen that beautiful YouTube talks about a system that can change our ecosystem. Can you please look into that solution? That's the beauty of the group head of technology, when you become the person that people comes to, sharing ideas, sometimes sharing problems, and you are going to be always a person who resolve it, not by yourself, by the department. And when I say resolve it, I mean that you make sure that this problem is being resolved, and it's being resolved forever. You cannot give them a painkillers all the time.
Mhm.
Sometimes a problem happened once, you fix it. Twice, you fix it. Thrice, they will lose trust in you. So make sure, even in your problem solving, that those problem solving ideas or initiatives are sustainable, as that they are not going to repeat in future. And once you do all of that, you are going to become an enabler. When you become an enabler, you are going to be a successful technology. Believe me, when you become an enabler, they will be able even to accept your ideas. One of the problems that we used to face in the past, that sometimes you bring the best system to the organization, it doesn't work, it fails, and you realize, you think as a group head of technology, why it fails. This is the top notch in the market, everyone is using it, this organization successfully developed it, this organization successfully developed it. The only problem with that is that the business was not adapting to the new solution that you are doing, because you were not a true enabler to them. When they believe in you, when they believe in the solutions that you are doing, and when you know exactly that this solution that you are bringing is gonna actually or resolve a problem that they have, or enhance an operational exercise that they do, or operational process that they do, they will accept it. But do not throw it to them, telling them that this is the best in the market, you have to use it. And that's the recipe of failure. In order for you to achieve that, again, be an enabler. Let them trust you. Let them feel that you are there to help them. You are there to support them. And if they have even better ideas, it's okay that the group head of technology gets it. No one is perfect in this world. Sometimes people will come to you with solutions it was not in your mind, and if they are great, simply have them within your organization. Do not have that ego that all the technology solutions should come from me, all the technology initiatives should come from me. It can come from others, and that's actually the complementary part of the corporate excellence. And that's the beauty of having both of them, because you are observing the journey from the beginning to the end. And imagine what the success and the celebration is being done by the business. Success and celebration is being done by the people that you helped, either by the introduction of the system or the success that you are doing with the processes.
That's incredible. And it's, of course, it's not just problem solving. I know we were talking about that, but I mean, there's also a lot of innovation that you guys are working on. And I mean, it's a really exciting time to be in tech, because, you know, everyone can talk about is AI and the next industrial revolution. And you have the opportunity to create an entire city that's AI and tech enabled. What does that look like? What's exciting to you?
It is, as an idea, it's extremely exciting. But do we want to do that? No. Why? AI, usually, people, when they innovate and they have a lot of their innovations in AI, they are going to consume a huge amount of power. And that will cause an impact to the nature that we have within our destination. In our destination, everything is being powered by solar panels. So we are environmental friendly destination. Imagine our data center is powered by solar panel. This has not been done in the world. So if I am gonna have those AI technologies and implement them within the organization, I will exhaust these resources and I will impact the environment. So that the idea as it by itself is amazing, but you need to balance it. You need to balance it in the organization. You need to make sure that whatever AI solution that you are introducing does not have a hidden impact. And anything that you bring to the destination or to the corporate, it should work. It's not for the sake of just bringing an AI to have an AI city. Yes, this looks fancy, but it's only in the movies. In reality, the minute that you do that, you are gonna destroy your nature. You are gonna destroy your sustainable approaches within the destination. You need, when you are trying to have those AIs, you need always to make sure that the impact are minimal. And there are a lot of approaches in doing that, by re-engineering the algorithms of the AIs, making sure that the data sets are, when you, the AI, what does it do usually? Producing data. When these production of data are next to the processes, the data transformation are not going to be huge, and this will somehow minimize the impact of the nature, and so on and so forth. That's what you should do. Use what's good for the environment, and the same time, do not lose it. Do not say that, no, it's going to impact my environment, I'm not going to use it, because using it will be more efficient in operations, and will increase as well the revenue to the destination. So the balance is the solution, and this is the role of the group of technology. If you understand what the business wants, you will know exactly what to get to them. And if you know what to get to them, you can balance it out with the AI and the innovations that we have within Red Sea. Is that it? No. We as an organization are always open to new ideas, are always open to entrepreneurs, are always open to new solutions. So if anyone has a solution that they feel it can add value to the Red Sea destination, we are more than happy to adapt it. And imagine if something is being certified by Red Sea. If we say that this solution works in Red Sea Global, it can work anywhere in Saudi Arabia. It can go. Because and when you introduce a new thing, you will have a lot of lessons learned. You will have a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges. With Red Sea, people will work among you, but they will not celebrate with you. People will work among you to make sure that your product is successful. And when I speak about corporate excellence again and technology, we are here to help, because if we made sure that this solution, AI solution, is implemented within Red Sea and it's adding value to the Red Sea community, then it should add value in Riyadh, it should add value in Jeddah, it should add value in Dammam, it should add value in all the cities, and that's the core objective of these departments. So if you have an idea, if you have a solution and you feel that it can add value, please reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to see a business case and to validate it and to implement it if possible, and also to certify it if it works well within Red Sea, so you can go around the kingdom and use that solution.
Have you had something like that happen before?
Not yet, but we were exploring 3 ideas. We are in the last stages. Hopefully it will work. One of them, if it happens, it's going to be, inshallah, a game changer in the country. Hopefully it sees the light soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. And in terms of other, I mean, I like the balance of the sustainability, because you don't always need AI for everything.
Exactly.
And it does use up a lot of energy. And the fact that, we're working on solar power is a very good thing. The other side of tech that's potentially something to be cautious about is the more tech-enabled you are, the more naturally open you are to cybersecurity threats. So how do you think about that and handle that?
I used to handle a cybersecurity role in the past. I used to be a banker. For me, banking are one of the most strict organizations in terms of cyber and IT security. They are always secure because they are handling people's money, of course. So the shift that happened to me when we join or when I joined the Giga project or Red Sea Global is that you are working in a highly strict environment to an environment that wants to deliver. So how can you balance out the cybersecurity within that department and making sure that this department does not become a disabler to the business, which is the most important factor. Cybersecurity by nature is a disabler. If anyone says that cybersecurity is going to enable you to do your business, he's not saying the truth. Because cybersecurity are controls. And whenever you put a control on something, you are disabling it. So where is the trick here? Instead of you disabling the business, you always need to think like them. Put yourself at their side. And see, if I am disabling you from cyber and this element, how can I complement that with a solution that will overcome the challenge that we did? The minute that you do this, you are going to make a successful or a protected environment, in the same time, an enabled environment to deliver their objectives. Speaking about the city, which is a very important topic, that's what we do with corporates. You can do it with any organization. With city, the only thing that you can invest in is awareness. And the National Cybersecurity Authority is doing a great job in that. Imagine that when I joined Red Sea, we're having plans to do some awareness campaigns to Umlajan al-Wajh. Now, the National Cybersecurity Authority is doing a campaign to the whole country, to the whole kingdom. And when I speak about awareness, we do not speak about the typical awareness campaigns, sending a phishing email, a fake website. This can be targeted now, and that's the technologies over there can spot this. But we are speaking about the advanced cybersecurity alerts, when people sometimes are mimicking the identity of others with AI. They will mimic your voice, they will mimic your image, and sometimes they will mimic you, or they will create a fake video of you saying and instructing them to do something or saying something. That's the awareness that we need to tell the world, that you you will see a lot, but you should not believe a lot.
Yeah.
And always check, but in the same time validate. There are a lot of tools to validate open in the market. If you feel that there is someone who's asking you, or someone who's pretending to be a requester, trying to do a fraud with you, always validate. Do not answer. Do not reply. Calling you from a number, do not answer to that call directly. Just be aware about the situation, and whoever is approaching you, whoever is trying to attack you, will always have their reasons to convince you, and there is no rush. If I will tell you one example that happened to one of the employees. Someone was pretending that he is a representation of an agency in Saudi Arabia, and he was, by the way, he was speaking Saudi fluently.
That's the trick, because
It's
sometimes you get calls and
exactly
they tell you they're from a Saudi authority, but
but
their
yet you
accent does not sound
you will know
Saudi.
from it. You were speaking Saudi fluently. The guy was calling me terrified. What should I do? I told him, don't do anything. He said that if I don't do it, they're gonna come and to my house and take me to jail. I told him, don't do anything. He is actually asking you to share your details because he wants to steal your accounts. Don't do anything. And can I tell you something? Just call back the number that called you. He said, I always call and it's always busy. I told him that means that the number that they used is not correct. However, to be in comfort, share with me the details and we will support you. We escalated that, and we gave him the confidence. But the simple action that happened, which is don't do anything, was resolving the whole situation. No one can threat you. In Saudi Arabia, no one can threat you. If you did not do anything wrong, you are always safe. Always. If you do something wrong, then expect something happens to you. But in the same time as well, validate, because people will always try to use your weaknesses to get or to attack you. And that's what we did initially in Red Sea Global. We did some small campaigns to the communities of Umlaj and Ulwaj. But now I'm extremely proud to have the National Cybersecurity Authority doing these campaigns to everyone within the country, and they are investing a lot in making sure that the community are uplifted in terms of cyber.
Yeah, I totally get that. I think when we think about AI, a lot of people find it scary, like, oh, what could AI do to me? But it's not really AI itself that's dangerous. It's always what, other bad people can do with AI to hurt you. But at the end of the day, it's still the same technology, just more advanced, right? So the same person who was sending you an email as a Nigerian prince 20 years ago, and you deleted that email, now you just don't pick up their calls. It really is, it's the same logic.
Exactly.
But it's important at a national level to be, giving out that sort of security and awareness, even though we, alhamdulillah, are blessed with like an overall much younger population who are more digitally native, and you see a lot of particularly the older population falling for these sorts of scams as they get more advanced.
I agree with you.
Which I think we're talking again on a national scale, and when we talk about a lot of the technology innovation and the general best practices happening in Red Sea, all the other Giga projects that are happening around it. We talk about Neom in the north, Al-Ula nearby, Giddiya next to Riyadh. How do you see, models of collaboration and partnership and synergies together?
In technology and cyber, we talk to each other. We share successful stories. It's what the third parties don't know, and vendors, that if you do something bad in Giddiya or Neom, we will know about it. So don't lose your reputation. Do not lose your reputation. Just do great to them, because we will talk and we will speak about best practices. We will speak about successful stories. We will speak about sometimes problems, how they are being resolved. That's in the technology side. But speaking about the community, it's always, sometimes people that we feel that we are in competition.
Yeah.
We are competing with Neom, we are competing with Ula, or we are competing with Diriyah and Qiddiya. We're not. We are proud of each other. As much as I'm proud of Neom, Diriyah, Al-Ula, Qiddiya, they are also proud of Red Sea. And all the deliverables are gonna be connected with each other. Imagine if you go to Sandala and Neom, and then you pass by Red Sea, then you go to Amala, go to Al-Ula, then you come to Riyadh, you see Riyadh season, and then you go to the Diriyah and then Qiddiya. That's an amazing journey. You are having, or you are attracting people to come and live different experiences in the same time frame. And imagine if you go to the south, Abha, Asir, you go to Jeddah, and then you go to the Rig. The minute that we have all of these introduced, we are going to be, I believe, the new Europe. And everyone will come to us because they are going to live the whole seasons in one destination, different personas, different atmospheres, and different experiences. You can have 14, 15 days vacation. People used to go to US to do their 30 days vacations. Now people will come to Saudi Arabia to do that. And believe me, it will not be enough. They will come again. And I always believe that we have something that others don't, which is the hospitality by nature. We have that within our DNAs. So when we see any expat, believe me, the first thing that you say, how can I help you?
Exactly. I hear so many stories whenever I have people visiting from the States, from Europe. The first thing they comment on is how kind and open the people here are.
They support everyone. One of the things that happened, it was small, but it happened to me. I was with my daughter going to Al Faisaliyah, and there was one French guy behind me. So he was asking about Al Faisaliyah and the tower, and I want to see the sightseeing in Riyadh. So I heard it. I was like, okay, I'll pay for his ticket because he's an expat. We went up, and he started following me, and he started talking. He said, "Why you guys are doing this? You are not the only one. Everyone is doing this. Whenever I start asking about the sightseeing, they always welcome me by inviting me to dinner, to lunch, or paying for the tickets that I am in, or offering me a drive. Why you guys are doing this?" I told him we have it in our nature. And it's not something to be. We don't brag about this. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
You do it, and you leave. He was extremely thrilled and extremely proud, and he said that I hope that we have that culture within our ecosystem. Everyone there is afraid of the others. They don't talk. They don't offer assistance. They don't offer help. And again, we'll go back to the ihsan. This is our religion. Our religion is always encouraging us to help each other, to support each other. And when we support you, because we want you to see the good side of us, not the side that's being published, maybe publicized to you when you are in your country.
100%. I think you really have to come here to see it, to understand the extent of the generosity. And I think it was His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman who said tourism is the new oil here. And I think it makes so much sense when you see the potential here, not just the beautiful locations, obviously, but the people. Thank you so much, Sultan. It was such a pleasure to talk with you today, and I had a lot of fun.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much. And we hope that this podcast will add value to the people that listen to us.
Thanks.
Thank you.